Morning, guys, and welcome to Rufus and Doofus. Chico and Rufus here this morning. Beautiful Saturday morning, May 23rd, Memorial Day weekend. Just a quick update for you guys. As you know, we had a little problem with our vent, or not our vent, our awning that hit the tree on a nasty tree that was growing over the road. Real bad situation. But in any case, the appraiser came yesterday and did his magic and took pictures of the van, I can't talk this morning, the RV, the awning, and the damage that it did. Um, Not only did it hurt the awning, but it broke the vent over the black water tank, the pipe that runs up through the roof, so that got broken. And also the vent cover over the bathroom fan got cracked, so he put that into the uh, appraisal. So I don't know how much we're going to get for the damage. I'm hoping it's enough at least to cover some things with, after the deductible there. That deductible really hurts. But I've got a plan. I need tires on the RV, and I've been saving up for those. And unfortunately, I had this little mishap. But I'm thinking that if there's enough after the deductible, rather than change the awning and repair that, being that I have taken it off now of the vehicle, it had to come off because it was dangerous dangling there. I'm thinking I might put that money towards the tires, and then as I head up to Chad's place, maybe do the repair up there with the help from Chad, I hope, if he's willing. But the way I figure it right now, I don't need the awning to travel to Chad's, nor do I need it really to go cross country. It would be nice once I leave Chad's to have it, but right now it's not an important item, whereas the tires are. There's no loans on the RV, so I'm assuming, and I hope correctly, that I can take whatever money they give me and put it towards a new set of tires for the RV. And I'm hoping that's a good decision. So that's it on the awning update. Also, I was over there yesterday working on some things inside, and it was very warm, and I was going to kick on the air conditioner for a minute. And for whatever reason, the generator decided it wasn't going to fire up. So I started troubleshooting it, and the battery voltage is right up there, so I know it's not the batteries. I checked all the connections, and the connections seem to be good, and I am in fact getting 12 volts at the generator starting area, the solenoid and all that. So I did a little further troubleshooting, and what I did is I put the meter on the 12 volt positive lug coming from the batteries and onto ground, and I did in fact have 12 volts. And when I pushed the start button, the voltage did not drop, so I think my connections are good. Now, what I did notice is that the solenoid sounded a little weak. It did come into play, but it just didn't have that nice snap that you would expect. And I could hear the starter motor kind of humming, which leads me to believe I have one of two problems. Either the solenoid is bad or the starter is bad. I'm going to go with the solenoid. I really can't get in there after the solenoid to do any testing because it's very, very cramped. So I removed the solenoid. It's been in there for, since the thing was made. And I really think that that might be the problem because previous times when I have started the generator with the switch that's on the generator, I could tell that something wasn't quite right. It would kick in, but it wouldn't kick in correctly, and sometimes it sounded like it hung up for a second or two. So I'm pretty sure that we've got that covered as far as repair. I hope so. I'll let you know, and we will do a video of that repair as I accomplish it. What else is new? The vent cover that I mentioned earlier that goes over the vent pipe from the black tank that's broken now. I did some research and I found something pretty neat on
Dan.
Rufus. Rufus. Sorry about that. A jogger came by with his little dog, and Rufus obviously wants to play, but he's being a good boy. He's not going up the road and chasing him. So where was I? Yes, the vent cover for the black tank. I did a little research on the internet looking up the part that I wanted, and I stumbled across a really neat kind of vent cap that has a solar cell built into the top of it, and that solar cell runs a little fan inside the vent cap. You might ask, well, what happens during nighttime? Well, during nighttime, it's just going to act like the vent cap that was on there because it's going to let the air come out. But during the day, that vent cap with the fan running should pull enough to create a negative situation in the black tank, and which would eliminate anything from backing up anywheres. So I think that's a good investment. And if it's not, it didn't cost that much money, and we can always go back to the original. And I don't even think it's going to be necessary to change it if the little fan doesn't work that great, because it's still going to let out air just like the original cap did. So there'll be plenty of venting even without the fan. But I thought the fan idea was great, because there are instances sometimes where if the conditions aren't right, the venting will not occur with a normal cap, and that's why you get some stinkies in the motorhome. That's about it on that. Also spoke to Jeff yesterday, and he confirmed that on Sunday we are going out for our test drive. Approximately 1 o'clock, I think he said he'll come over, and we're all going to jump in the RV. Myself, he, and his son. And they're bringing along a fuel pressure gauge, a vacuum gauge for the plenum or intake manifold, whatever you want to call it. And they're also going to bring their scanner, which is a little bit more sophisticated than mine. And we're going to hook all those things up before we go out on the road. And we are going to drive this baby to see if the problem occurs, and if it does, be able to pinpoint what's going on, hopefully. And there I go with my favorite word, hopefully. I'm very hopeful. If the problem does not occur, there's a good chance that the blockage that we think is there has been separated from the rest of the exhaust. So yes, I'm kind of like running like an open pipe. Kind of sounds neat. Yeah, sounds like a dragster going up the road, but that shouldn't bother anybody for a test drive. So we're probably going to put 100 miles on or so. And that's about it. What's new with Rufus? Rufus, the little bummer. He got some fleas. Yeah, they hitched a ride. So yesterday we gave him one hell of a shampoo. I'll tell you that. We got some of that flea shampoo and shampooed him up real good. And he's looking much better today. And we're going to keep an eye on that flea situation, because the last thing I need is fleas in the motorhome. Oh, Lord, bringing fleas from Florida all the way to God knows where. That wouldn't be a good idea. He did something kind of weird. I've been hemming and hawing whether I should tell you about this or not, but we were out here the other morning, and as you guys well know, dogs have a reputation for eating things that aren't very tasteful. There's cows around here, there's horses around here, and dogs just they think they're at the Golden Corral or something the way they go out there. Not just Rufus. I mean, everybody's dog seems to do it. I don't know if you guys follow that gal, Escapee 212-1, I believe it is, or Escapee 1212. By the way, I like her videos, and she always finds the greatest spots. But anyway, her dog, Toto, has a habit of running out and eating everything he finds. Well, yeah, I mean, this is funny, and it's not, but I'm going to share it. I've been thinking about it for a few days, and I'm going to share it. Well, I wasn't really watching the one time for a minute, and I see Rufus over there, and he's chewing on something, and it's dangling out his mouth. And what it was, are you ready for this? Sit down, turn off your volume, whatever. If you don't want to hear it, this is the time to shut down your video. He had a condom in his mouth. Oh, yuck, man. Yuck, yuck, yuck. And Rufus, drop it. No, no, no. Well, he wouldn't listen. Next thing I know, he swallowed the damn thing. Thankfully, it wasn't on anybody because I'm sure that wouldn't have been a pretty sight. But can you imagine that? So I've been watching them. It's been 2 days now, and they say what goes in must come out. He must have got it out while I wasn't looking, because I still haven't seen it. Isn't that gross? I probably regret having shared this with you. I know I'm going to get a bunch of comments about that. And speaking of comments, been a very, very busy couple of days waiting for the adjuster, going out there with him, doing other things, trying to answer some comments. I do a few every day if I can. And, working on a generator and other things at the RV. So things are looking up. I'm not going to get depressed over this. No way. I think that this problem that we've had that Ulf wasn't going to be able to, or wasn't able to figure out, will get figured out. I really have a lot of confidence in Jeff. A wheel seal is all taken care of. The pipes have been cut on the RV so that we can do this test we want to do. And hopefully we're going to have a real solid answer by Sunday afternoon. And that's it, folks. As I said, it's May 23rd. It's Memorial Day weekend. Hope you guys have a wonderful holiday and weekend. And please be safe. You know how the traveling is this weekend, so there's always some nuts out there. Be extra special careful. Okay? And that's it. So, bye-bye. Say bye, Rufus. Say bye-bye. Well, he's not willing to talk today. And we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.